Our table topics master today urges you to pay close attention, so no place to repeat requests occur. Yes, that is a movie reference from When Harry Met Sally. If you haven't seen it, make some time this weekend. He promises you won't regret it. Get ready for idioms that every adult ought to know. Please give an outstanding applause for distinguished Toastmaster, Carmelo Gallardo III.
Table topics. Under the weather, Toastmaster Karen Schwartz.
Good morning, Toastmasters and guests.
Morning.
Good morning. Under the weather. When I think under the weather, I think you're someone sick or not feeling well. Thankfully, I'm not under the weather today. However, I hope everyone is also not under the weather because we do share the same room and I don't want to be under the weather.
And shake hands a lot.
And I'm kind of still thinking of what else to say about under the weather. So I'm only thinking about being sick and I don't want to be sick because it's nice out and I have a friend visiting me and then I also have a lot of family in town too, which is kind of crazy. Doesn't normally happen at the same time. When it does happen at the same time, you're really busy. I would not want to be under the weather for that, or maybe I would. Up for debate. Thank you, guys.
Off the cuff, Toastmaster Benjamin Rutia.
Benny, off the cuff. But I thought you meant off the cuff. Oh, on Fridays I'm not on the cuff. All right. Yeah. I don't believe I would be the type of being an archetype this morning. Because I don't believe I can build a speech out of the cuff right now. One of the things I always feel that I'm in progress is because the first time I did table topics, I was angry. Now I do, but not that much. So it is nice to be here, and this is one of the things that we admire, that we make some progress, we believe, we make some progress. And this is what I do, because when I'm in front of my customers, well, you know, I say to myself, I'm a Toastmaster, and you are not. So I feel that I'm superior. There you go.
Let the cat out of the bag. Toastmaster Gina Resende.
Yes.
I'm worried about this word because the meaning I know of is completely different. But the cat out of the bag, not the dog. Cat. So the cat is in the bag. Get out of it. So if I open it, suddenly, what's going to happen? You're the host. If I open the cat can't breathe.
The cat's gonna run from the dog that you were talking about.
I knew I would have. So the cat out of the bag means freedom. I'm free and I can do whatever I want.
And that's a song.
it.
Time flies when you're having fun. Toastmaster Marnie McCree.
Perfect archetype of time flies when having fun would be the time that I went snowmobiling. And at the time, my husband went really fast up before me, and I was on the slopes by myself, and I kind of got a little mad because I was by myself and I'm on the snowmobile, and I came around the corner bringing the snowmobile back to the place that we returned to, and I accidentally, instead of hitting the brake, I hit the accelerator, and I jumped over another snowmobile, and the guy ran over, shut off the snowmobile, and that would be an example.
You can't judge a book by its cover. Toastmaster David Hammond.
Thank you for that wonderful question.
You're welcome.
Really wasn't a mistake. So, start off with why is there some sort of when I think about what he said, wasn't paying that much attention. I've got to pay more attention to these situations. You know, they're not only as wonderful experts here to help us, but also what a nice little improv game that we have in the beginning of this table topics. So it kind of shows a lesson everybody is. I'm not the architect for what a student is here. So please take the 1% better for that. Thank you.
Actions speak louder than words. Toastmaster Gary Adams.
Does anyone notice these pants? Look at these things. Oh, yeah, man, I like those. Thank you. Actions speak louder than words. You know, that's a very interesting archetype that we could talk about for probably half the day. I won't do that. But when we are doing things, we're a lot of times thinking about other things we might want to be doing. But the things that we're doing, if we really focus on what we're doing and we spend time with the people that we're doing them with, whether or not we're really trying to show that person that we're connected or we feel close to them, it's really our actions that say to all those around us the things that we couldn't put into words. Thank you.
In the blink of an eye, Toastmaster Stephanie Rosario.
All right, in the blink of an eye. It's interesting that that's the statement there, because anything can happen in the blink of an eye. When you think about that, I'm sure it means something different to every single one of you, right? In the blink of an eye, you could be driving down the road, anything crazy can happen. In the blink of an eye, your entire life can literally change. Anything. So what it means to you, it means to me so many different variations. But for me, I think you need to be present, you need to be patient, and you need to be aware of what is happening in your world so that you can focus on what's happening. That's just what's important. That's it.
Once in a blue moon, Toastmaster Robert Reed.
All right, Robert.
Once in a blue moon, thank you for that table topic. I think a blue moon is when a full moon occurs twice a month. Is that correct?
I believe that is correct.
Which doesn't happen very often. And so it's an expression to indicate something that happens very rare. And it's interesting hearing these expressions and actually thinking about them because you start wondering, where in the world did that come from? You know, being under the weather, for instance. That seems such an odd thing. Are we ever over the weather? You start wondering how these things work. Once in a blue moon, I will say today is once in a blue moon situation for me. My son, who introduced me to this club many years ago in 2012, he was a senior in high school, is getting his PhD today. So he's at Iowa State. I would say that's once in a blue moon. He's not going to get another one, and I don't think that any of my other kids are as well. So that's what I like to say.
Your guess is as good as mine, Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Carson Schaefer.
Yes, sir.
My guess is better than yours, Carmela. I play guitar. Carmela's a drummer. And actually, I play bass in Carmela's band. I stand next to him. And we try to play exactly the same thing. And Carmelo's a really good drummer. And I'm not a really good bass player. In fact, I've been playing bass for 3 years, maybe. I played guitar my whole life. I played something my whole life. But I'm trying to learn to play bass. And the problem is that if I'm wrong, because even though I may be right, he's louder. And you can't beat drums. Their guess is always louder than yours. I went to a National Vets Creative Arts Festival, and it's this big thing with musical veterans that won a contest from all over the country. And the first night they had this jam session, and we have all the guitar players in there on acoustic, and we're having a great time, and somebody comes in with drums, and that's okay. But within a half an hour, there's 30 drummers. And honestly, Carmelo, nobody wants that.
Every cloud has a silver lining. Toastmaster Joanne Vasquez.
So every cloud has a silver lining. That seems like such a beautiful statement. It is, me mentions the fact that reminds me of after every rain comes a rainbow, after every sunset comes sunrise, right? So the silver lining is that I am here today for my first time speaking in front of you. And I hope this is not necessarily the archetype of what's to come in the next few weeks. Thank you.
Better late than never. Toastmaster Teresa.
Seriously? Do me like that? Oh God, that was perfect.
I know.
Better that than ever. Always be late. Why? Who here used to watch, or have seen Modern Family? Remember Gloria? I literally feel like sometimes I'm Gloria. Jay, let's go. And then she's always late. And Jay's like, why are you so late? Do you want me to not put lipstick on? And then he was like, actually, yeah, you're fine. You're beautiful like that. Oh God, she went and put lipstick all over her face. Like, she's like, I'm ready, 5 minutes. Let's go. He was like, you're not coming with me. Like, what is happening? So, this is art. Okay? Takes time to produce, takes time to, do all of this, so always be late. Better be late.
Awesome.
Devil's Advocate. Toastmaster Sean Tucker.
Thank you for that one. Devil's advocate. No, a lot of times I play devil's advocate just because I instinctively, and I can't help it, I'm always, I take something somebody says and I kind of move to an extreme. Usually to make fun of them, because that's what I do. But devil's advocate, it sounds like you're defending the devil. I don't really want to do that, but I do like to make fun of people, so that's kind of my strong suit. I did want to, right now I'm going to point out that Carson said, you can't beat drums.
Exactly.
Right? I'm working on that. I think you can. That's the point. I'm done. I'm good.
Piece of cake. Toastmaster. Tim Taylor.
To me.
Well, I'm the art type father of the bride. My daughter just got married a couple of weeks ago, and the cake and the invitations and the who's going to sit where and who are we going to invite and all of that stuff, it all came together, and God blessed us, and we had a great wedding. I just turned 66. We had a wedding. I've got two other children that are very close to getting married. I may have all three of them married in 1 year, which would be unbelievable. So I'm the R-type father of the bride. I'm nervous and because all this is happening at once, and I have to pay for it. And that's really the fun part. You don't know how much things cost until you have to pay for them yourself. The photographer at the wedding, I'm going to pick on photographers, Meredith. He charges so much money, I just could not believe it. And we said, could you stay till the very end because they're going to leave in a very nice car. And he charged me another $1,800 to stay for 2.5 hours. He just gave me a memory stick with 900 photographs on it. And that's what we have to go do. So I guess I got what I paid for. Thank you.
Rome wasn't built in a day. Toastmaster Eugene Rotari.
You are looking for a person who has a laser focus. And I'm not a typical example of that. Why? Because I worked with lasers. And I put a laser through a lens so I could see the focus. And there is a problem with focus. Sometimes it's not focusing well. But it's true, Rome wasn't built in a day. There is historical evidence of that. Silver linings are also a thing. And if you're feeling under the weather, it may not be an accident because we're not over the clouds. One time I flew on the plane and I realized that it's always sunny over there. And therefore, after that, even being on the ground, I always remember about being on the plane over the clouds, and I don't feel under the weather anymore.
Awesome.
Give the benefit of the doubt. Toastmaster Linda Miller.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
The benefit of the doubt, really, on I-4? Here this morning, I wanted to do that. You see, I wanted to get in the far lane to get over to get onto Lee Road so I wouldn't be late this morning. And the gentleman right there thought I guess wanted to drag race. He was all set, doing his thing, egging me on, revving up his engine. And I didn't want to go there. I mean, I drive a huge car. I could have totally demolished this little Matchbox car. I didn't do that. But instead, I saw the flashing lights. Oh yes, they got red-handed. And I was here on time. Carmela, I'm sorry I dodged your question, but let's talk about I-4 drama.
Keep your chin up. Toastmaster Brandon Moore.
Me? Oh, yes.
Yeah, you're bringing more.
Don't usually get these anymore.
My pleasure.
Keep your chin up, absolutely all the time, no matter what's going on. Life is gold, and if you treat it that way, that's what happens. And I think keep your chin up is a big part of that. If you walk around with your head down like you're under the weather, you're probably going to get that back, right? So, yeah, you got to keep your chin up. Not too high though, because then you might look snobby. Just enough. No slouching. Got shoulder therapy yesterday, and at the end of the shoulder therapy, Larissa, who a lot of us know, she's a Toastmaster, she's amazing by the way, fixed my shoulder for like the 5th time. But she's like, you know, you gotta stand up because this injury is causing you to, So you gotta keep your chin up, absolutely. Thanks, Carl.
Through thick and thin, Toastmaster Jeff Hood.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. You know, as I think, and I listened this morning, all of these, I don't know, what do you call these things?
Idioms?
Idioms. Where do they teach this? How old do you have to be to learn all of these? Thick and thin. Through thick and thin. Through thick and thin. There's stuff that we go through in life. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's thick, that means it's a lot of mud you kind of got to get through the day to figure out where you're supposed to be. Thin, what does that mean? Kind of the same thing. Good stuff, bad stuff, easy stuff, hard stuff. But you just have to keep going through and through it because that's part of the thick and thin.
And that.
Hit the nail on the head, Toastmaster Meredith Myers.
Okay, scrolling up. Hit the nail on the head. I brought 3 pairs of shoes with me today, and I'm using these right now.
John.
I am currently a hockey widow. For any of you hockey fans, it is playoff hockey time! Right here, right now. I have a Canadian husband, so I sit in the living room by the TV and swear a lot. Because
A good girl, eh?
May 1st last year, we lost my husband's, my brother-in-law. And I took great joy yesterday when my husband said that he talked to his sister because it was the anniversary. And he said, you know, Meredith's really stepping up this year. She is sitting here and she is dropping F-bombs left and right. So it feels like I'm with Gabe. And it's just so wonderful.
Have all members that are not on the program been called? His bark is worse than his bite. Last minute volunteer, Toastmaster Alex Stansky.
Morning, Toastmasters.
Morning.
His bark is bigger than his bite. All of these idioms I'm mostly familiar with, because I've seen them throughout school. But a lot of them I can actually relate to a recent skiing trip I had about a few months ago. So, my friend and I go to Kentucky. We go to one of their ski parks over there. And we started off with the slow slopes, thinking, so easy. It's time to upgrade to go to the intermediate ones. So we were like, it'll be a piece of cake. Little did I know, we get up there, I get close to the slope, I look down, and I realize it's no longer a piece of cake. It's a little more vertical than I thought it was. But I said, screw it. I'm already up here. The only way to get down is, obviously, just keep forward. So I decide I'm going to take my chances and see how it goes. Now, people say that time flies when you're having fun. Time has never went slower in my entire life. And through all of it, in a blink of an eye, you would see me start rolling downhill. Thank you.
Mr. Timer, have all speakers qualified?
All speakers qualified.
Awesome. Please vote for 2. We'll take a 2-minute break. Vote for 2, 2-minute break.
That